Hi, my name is Jerome Sweet, class is 2025. I was born and raised in Baton Rouge, Louisiana. I went to Claiborne Elementary. I was born on a Thursday at 7:34. The weather was cold, no rain or wind, but the sun was shining. I'm a Pisces. A Pisces is someone born under my zodiac sign is creative, generous, and closed off. And yes, I do demonstrate these characteristics sometimes. If I had to change anything about myself, it would be my stubbornness. I would change this because it blocked my blessings sometimes. In my family, there are 12 children. I am the middle child. Some of my hobbies are reading, working out, running, and playing the game. I have best friends. My best friends, I know them since I was young. One of my favorite recording artists is Jay-Z. And when I have to pick a song, it would be Song Cry. Most of the times I play video games. And if I do play games, it would be anything with actions and the storylines. One of my favorite colors is black. Yes, I have played sports my whole life. I started off with basketball when I was in elementary and middle school. I went to middle school in Houston, Texas, and I played basketball my whole years. At the end of the year, I decided to play football. And after that, I continued to play football, but no longer basketball. I also know how to play instruments. One of the instruments I know how to play is the guitar. I learned how to play this when I was in middle school, but I only knew how to play one song, and it was a Christmas song. Yeah, crazy, I know, right? The funniest thing that ever happened to me when I moved to another house, I went to another school, but I ended up getting on the wrong bus to the wrong school. I ended up playing football in Texas. And in high school, I became so good at it, I went to varsity my sophomore year. I know I had to shine my junior year coming up. Sooner or later, I got rewarded for all the hard work I put in, days, nights, even when it was raining. Until football, I got offers, a couple offers actually, scholarships. Along the way, I made a couple friends. Not a couple, but a lot. People I can count on, trust, and people anytime I need something, I could just call them. They were more than friends. It was my brother, my family, people I looked up to, people I could count on. Freshman year, I didn't know too much about football. I started riding on the bench in the beginning of the season. Later on, throughout the season, I became better. And I started working a little more harder than everybody else. Then over time, I became real good at what I was doing. Then my sophomore year, I went to varsity. I didn't start, but I got a couple times there and there. Over the time, I became better and better to the point I became the starting spot. My first year of going to a homecoming, my sophomore year, my first time ever going to a dance. When I was staying in Texas, I went to a big school that contained over 1,000 people. Different race, different males and females. I have a large family. A family that stayed in Lafayette. On my mom's side, my dad's side, mostly on my mom's side. Most of my family staying in Lafayette. And Jeanneret, a small town, country. During my time in high school, my favorite subject was English because you get to know about people's stories and taking the lesson they are trying to get across and apply it to your own life. I even see rewards and achievement in English because it was easy for someone like me and easy for me to understand. I got my first job when I was 16. The day after my birthday, excited to work my first job. Not the best job, but it was a job. I was working at Dairy Queen. Not the best job you think of, but it was a job that I wanted to have. Now, I even know my social security number. I also have a passport, and now I have a copy of my own birth certificate. When I got my job, I started to learn about money. I realized without money, you can't do anything without money. My job wasn't enough to cover rent, food, and other things, but it was enough to cover some things. So I started my own savings account. out of nowhere, in the middle of my junior year after football season, I ended up moving back to Baton Rouge. A sudden change that I had to get used to. I went from playing in Texas to playing in Baton Rouge. I attend Belaire High School. I'm in 12th grade now. I have 650 students that is enrolled at my school. I have 60 males that's in my grade, and I also have 75 females that's in my grade. As me going to the school, I felt as I was a well-rounded and all-around great student while I attended Belaire High School. My brother was going to Belaire, so I decided to go. Then later on, we ended up playing football together. Not sure if it was a good choice to attend the school, but now as I look at it, it was a good choice. The best thing I like about this school is the teachers. The teachers are ready to go beyond just to make sure that you pass. No matter what you did, they still have love for you and they still want you to pass. Now, because of my teachers, I feel confident enough to lead the school and compete with other students from other schools. Because my teacher have prepared me to be able to compete with other students, and I work them, and that's what they train me for. I've been at the school for almost a year and a half, and I learned so much. The courses I took this year, I learned a lot. Thank you to my teachers.